flexible. He holds on. This is for balance. This is so I don't fall down and kill myself. Face me straight on, see. Okay, what I do now is I put my foot up on his shoulder. See how the toes are kind of wrapped around his neck? My toes point in the opposite direction. If I want to hold on here, I can hold on here. Main thing is to keep your back straight. So you're doing it just like a side kick, which we'll be working in the next tape. Okay, now Steve grabs a hold of my ankle. Not the knee, but the ankle. I relax. He does all the work, and he just slowly backs up. Doesn't come down any, but he stays that same height and just backs up. Take it so far. Hold it that position for a couple seconds. Watching the balance. Comes back up just a little bit. Relaxes. A little further. A little further. Good. Hold it there for a couple seconds. Relax. And now all the way out, Steve. Take her out. Take a walk. Just like I'm kicking. Just like I'm kicking. Right here. Okay, back up. And relax. This particular exercise isolates very thoroughly the adductor longus. Right in here. Again, if you can't get out there, this is what can happen. Let me use this way. If you can't get it up to the shoulder, I put the foot right here. My arm goes under his foot. Again, make sure that that foot points that way. In a straight line. Slowly back up. Again, Steve, tell me when it hurts. Okay, hold it there for a couple seconds. Come back up, relax a little bit. Back down, a little bit further now, just a little bit. He'll tell me when it hurts. Make sure this foot stays sideways also, toes back. Okay, back up. And last one, here we go. Reach out, reach out. Good. Good. Toes down on the left leg. There you go. Reach out, reach out. And relax. Good. And kind of shake it out. If you've got weak knees, keep your supporting leg slightly bent. The kicking leg, if I'm going to kick at Steve here, I want to keep my supporting leg bent. So if I'm here, and I'm in this position, I want this leg slightly bent. So when I reach it out here, it's slightly bent. And down. Okay, now we're going to be working with the wall. There's 3 specific angles that we're going to work. Number 1, Steve will take my leg straight up, over my head, touch the wall with it, I hope. Then bring it down about his chest level, working it to the front without me turning my hips. So what happens when it comes up this way, we're working the adductor group. And he lowers it back down chest level. When he works it to the front, we're working the hamstring group, or the biceps femoris. Then he'll take it around without, again, me turning my hips, touching the heel to the back wall. This is working, again, the top head of the quadricep. And then at the very last instant, he'll take my knee and push it into me. Because it's very important in the kicking drills that we get the knee nice and high and we tuck it nice and tight for the speed and the power and the movement within the kicking technique itself. Okay, Steve, just face right in front of me, please. If you'll take my foot. Okay, now, make sure you keep your foot in the side kick position. So you're working the adductor group, then we'll be working the hamstring group. But first of all, we want the adductor group, okay? I bring my foot out a little bit. Now, Steve has both legs locked out straight on me. He'll take the leg straight up, working here. Now, I'm allowed to bend over just a little bit. Keep going. Keep this tight. The leg goes up. Keep it up. Keep going. It'll go. There you go. Just touch the wall with it. Go ahead. Touch the wall. It'll go. There you go. Good. Hold it there for a couple seconds, and then back down. Good. Okay, now stop it right about chest level. Now walk it around, touching your toes to the front. Make sure your hips don't turn. So it's walking like this. Good. Now back, touching your heel to the wall behind me. Again, now don't turn the hips. Good. Okay, back to the center. One more time now. Put the foot against your chest. Walk into me. See how the knee's coming up now? Keep walking, keep walking. Now, about this position, the elbow comes under. Now push in nice and hard. Push in. Push in. There you go. See how the knee's coming up? Push in nice and hard. Now, right about this distance here, I push Steve away. Okay? One more time. Up. Don't have to take it nearly as far, but push it a little bit. Go ahead. Take it up. Keep on. Keep on. There you go. It's almost there. It's almost there. Push, push, push. Good. Hold it there for a couple seconds. Then back down chest level. Walk around. Touch the front wall. Keep it chest level. Here. Good. Good. Working the hamstring. Now we're going to work the top end of the quadricep. Work it around. Working here now. Back. Back to the front. Foot against the chest now. Now, you got to push nice and hard on this one. Okay, push. See how the knee's up? Elbow comes underneath. Push nice and hard. Foot still in the side kick position. Keep pushing. Push nice and hard. Push, 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 push. And then right here, I push Steve away. And down. Working with the hips. Working with the biceps femoris, the front part. The adductor longus going up. The top head of the quadricep going around. Finally working with the knee nice and high. So it's from here, boom, and down. Okay, Steve, you'll sit down on your back, please. Laying down. Face me if you would. Okay, now, this exercise is for a lot of people that have weak knees. Okay? It's still working the adductor longus and the sartorius muscle. What I do is I grab Steve's legs, relax. Put them right in the bend of my knee. Put my hands on his knees here. I have 3 angles to work with. Okay? Scoot toward me, would you, a little bit, Steve? Good. Just so I can work a little bit with you. I have the straight angle from the knee through the crotch to the other knee. Then I'll have the angle moving forward here, to where it's more like a V. Then I'll have the angle down here, more like an N, or an inverted V. Okay, first of all, we'll work with the straight line type movement. From here, just relax. Just letting my weight do the work. Just relax. You'll tell me again when it hurts. Holding it for a couple seconds. And then relax. Taking it up a little bit. Working the same movement. Main thing is for Steve to relax. Steve should relax on this. Think of something else. I know there's someplace you'd rather be than right here, right now. Relax. Okay, good. And the one at the bottom. Working here. Working, just relax, hold it there for a couple seconds. And one more down the middle. If you notice, the knee is bent, so I'm taking all the pressure off the medial collateral ligament, the inside ligament of the knee. So there's no strain at all if you do have a weak knee. This is working primarily the the adductor longus and the sartorius. One more time, down the middle. Good, relax. Okay, now just sit up. Scoot back a little bit. Now face me with your legs apart, please. Okay, now we're going to be working now with the hamstring group and the adductor longus. I take Steve's legs as far as they'll come. Okay, now if Steve's hands can reach me, that's not good. So I'll reach either the elbows or the shoulders. What's going to happen now, this leg is straight, my rear leg will be bent. So what happens now is as I pull Steve towards me this way, again working the hamstring group like we did before, but now I'm going to work the adductor longus by simply pushing this leg out straight. Pulling him to me, and then arching my back a little bit, pulling him to me. Holding it for a couple seconds, and relax. Holding it there for a second, pulling him to me again, straight towards me, and then pushing the supporting leg out, pulling him to me, and relax. You notice he's going a little bit further each time. He's pushing it, putting up with the uncomfortability of it, but the muscle is stretching and it's becoming more flexible. Last time, I pull my partner to me, pushing at the leg at the same time, nice and hard this time. This is the last one. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and relax. Then slowly what I'll do is I'll bring Steve's legs into him, get all that blood back into the muscles that we've just squished out. Okay? Remember, you don't want to work these stretches every day. These are the exercises that you'll work 2-3 times a week, because you are isolating the different muscle groups. The hamstring group, the biceps femoris, the adductor group, the groin muscle. So you need to isolate those, but you also need to let them rest. Don't push them hard every day. 2-3 times a week is enough. Okay? Any questions? When I was stretching, they didn't have newfangled machines like this. This is the Power Stretch by Trico Products. Let me show you some of the exercises that I like to work while I'm in the machine. You just very simply get in the machine, sit down, relax, enjoy yourself. Pull the machine into what's fairly comfortable to you. Main thing you do is you keep this torsion bar or the tension bar between you. What I like to do is crank it out to, let's say, 150 to 165 degrees. Let me get it out there real quick. And let it sit there. Okay, now right now I'm very comfortable. I can sit here forever. Well, for a couple minutes anyway. This isolates my hip joint. Working, stretching right now in the adductor longus and the sartorius. What I can do is I can sit up now and then pull my head down, working the hamstring group this way, then working the hamstring group the other way. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm also building up my obliques, the muscles on the side of the rib cage right here. If I don't hold on to this and I just kind of bend over and crunch those muscles, I'm building up the obliques. Same with the other side. I'm down, pulling in. Again, you notice this locks my hips out. What I can do then is pull the torsion bar back. Now watch what happens to the legs. They'll move back a little bit. I'll do that maybe 3 times. That's at 165 degrees. Then I'll crank it out to 180 degrees, which is 3 turns. Sit there for a minute so my legs get used to it. Again, I'll go down to the left again, down to the right. Now, if I want to, I can put my hands on the floor and work down to the front a little bit. But what I like about this now, there's a nice little tension in there because I'm at 180 degrees right now. There's a nice tension right within my adductor longus. So what I can do now is grab a hold of the bar, pull it back to me. That's now at 195 degrees. Relax it, pull back, relax it, pull back, relax it, pull back. This is not the same as bouncing because I'm holding it for a certain length of time. Back, and pull back one more time, hold it for a couple seconds. Relax the legs now, relax the legs. And pull back. Then I'll crank it out to 195, which is about like that. And, well, I just need something to read because the television is active, but there's nothing good on television or something like this, so I would like to read. So, well, here's the book. I can learn how to stretch and kick again. So I can open up the books. What happens now is this helps me relax, takes my mind off of thinking how the excruciating pain is happening. There isn't any, but maybe I think it's starting to hurt because this doesn't look normal. So I can just relax, kind of read about myself. Well, I'm a good-looking guy. And you just relax here, let a couple seconds go by, or a couple minutes for that matter. Kind of move around a little bit so it relaxes. Kind of take my mind off of actually doing the stretching. Moving the toes around, relaxing them. Then I can bend forward, and then after a while I can grab hold of the bar, put the bar back to me. Relax, pull the bar back to me. Relax, pull the bar back to me. Now if I really want to isolate the biceps femoris or the hamstring group, I can stretch this out a little bit this way. Relax a little bit. Take a hold of the bar here. Make the seat go back just a little bit further. Now we're going to work the hamstring group, the biceps femoris. We'll work this bicep femoris on the right leg, which is stretching the top end of the quadricep of the left leg. What I'll do is very simply turn. Just turn this way, pull the bar back to me, and crank it a little bit at a time. Cranking it back,
Again, you can see the stretching that's occurring in the biceps femoris, so the hamstring group. How my leg here is staying straight, so I'm working the top head of the quadricep at the same time. Crank. And again, there it is. Then I can work my head down, keeping this leg straight, so I'm working the hamstring group and the top head of the quadricep. Holding here for a couple seconds, working my leg back and forth, and relaxing it. I can crank it back down, and I can change. We don't want to work just one side, remember. Turn to the left now, turning this way. Okay, now I'll crank this one out. Again, now locking out the left leg. Work my head to my knee, so I'm stretching the hamstring, working the top head of the quadricep here. Down again, holding it for a certain length of time, maybe even pulling the bar back. Relaxing, pull the bar back, and relax. Cranking the machine back out in this position. And then what I'll do is sit back in the machine, the seat back and stay where it is, and again crank it back out, let's say to 180 to 195 degrees, and relax. Pulling the bar back to me, and relax. Back, and relax. How many of you out there could do the splits? 180 degrees, straight out to the side. Well, if you can, that's very good. But if you can't, that's okay too, because it's not that important. What is important, though, you have the flexibility and the agility within the hip joint. A looseness within the hamstrings and the adductor group, but most important, be able to work that leg. Okay, let me demonstrate this to you. Now watch. My right foot is on this tape strip. My left foot is on this tape strip. Now if you notice, I'm about almost a foot from the floor. Now watch what happens as I push my left leg out. I'll only go about another maybe 2 inches. And I'm all the way down. See, so I want you to think about that. The difference from here to here. It's not that great. So don't worry about it if you can't get all the way down. What I want you to think about is being able to change from here to there. And then maybe all the way down. Okay? So, again, just work the flexibility, work the agility. The rest will come. Okay, now let's go over exactly what we did with the flexibility and the stretching. Number 1, have a good warm-up. Make sure the muscles are warm. Make sure there's good blood supply to those muscles. So do a good, complete warm-up. Warm up everything, not just your arms or your shoulders or your hips, but warm up the whole muscle groups. Okay? Number 2, think of the 3 T's. Temperature, tension, and time. Get the muscle warmed up, put a certain amount of tension on that muscle group, and hold it again for a certain length of time. Okay? So it's temperature, tension, and time. Also, think about the agonistic and your antagonistic muscle groups. The agonistic muscle group is the muscle doing the work. The antagonistic muscle is the muscle that's fighting against that work. So it's always a push-pull type relationship, okay? Remember, a muscle always pulls, it never pushes. Okay? Also, when we're doing the stretching, the 3 sets and so forth, work it just like that. 3 sets at least. Okay? If you're sitting down working your stretching techniques to the left and to the right legs, do 3 sets. Do 1 set, rest a couple seconds, then do another set. If you're here with your legs apart, you're working your head down, work 3 sets. The first set, not so hard. The second set, maybe a little harder. And the third set, really push it because that muscle is warmed up. It's ready to be stretched. It's ready to be worked. Okay? Also, when you're working the partner stretches and you're really pushing it, only stretch 2 or 3 times a week with those type. You have to let those muscles heal. It's a growing process. It's just like muscle building or bodybuilding. You don't get that way overnight. It takes time. Let's take a 7-day work week, okay? Monday through Sunday. Monday, you go into your place, wherever you're stretching at home, the gym, the dojo, the fitness center, whatever you do. Stretch real hard. Push it hard. Work the hamstrings, work the quadriceps, work the adductor group. Push it nice and hard. Isolate those muscle groups. Isolate them nice and hard. Get a good stretch. Now, Tuesday you're going to be a little sore. So Tuesday and Wednesday, take it kind of easy. Still stretch, but just kind of take it easy. Feel it. Take it to where you feel it tight, to where you can have nice, easy movement, relaxed movement, but don't push it real hard. Thursday, after they've healed for those 2 days, push it hard again. Really push it this. So when you're pushing it this time, you've got the isolation of the hamstring group, the isolation of the adductor group, the isolation of the top end of the quadricep. So you can really push it and push the agility. Friday, you're going to be tight again. So Friday and Saturday, just kind of push it nice and easy. Push it easy. Sunday, take off. Rest. Let those muscles heal themselves. Let the joint get the fluid back in there so it becomes a good mobile joint. You don't want to cause any arthritic conditions. You don't want to cause any bursitis in those joints. So relax them. Let them heal themselves. Time is a wonderful healing agent. Okay? Again, anybody can stretch. From 2 years up to 95. Okay? You can stretch the muscles. If you haven't got anything hereditarily wrong, congenitally wrong with your hip joints, your muscles, you can stretch. All you need is perseverance.